Before we start today's video, I just wanted to put this behind just so that everybody knows that things aren't always going to plan here and everything is not always right. We had not a very good week in terms of animal health here. You remember the cow that we lifted in this shed behind me for 6 days and she eventually got up. That cow was fine, had been coming into the milking parlour and we were milking her, but in the meantime has somehow damaged her knee, her front left knee, swollen up, could put no weight on it, couldn't get up out of cubicles, and in trying to get up out of cubicles obviously she also damaged one of her teeth, so she cut the end off one of her teeth. And unfortunately then today we had to make the decision to euthanize her, which is very frustrating after myself and Paul putting so much effort into her, lifting her and her having improved so well. On top of that then, yesterday evening there was a heifer. She's only calved 3 days, so it's her first calf, young cow, 24 months old. The heifer was a bit slow walking in and out of the field and was slow coming into the milking parlour. Perfect yesterday morning, slow coming out of the field yesterday evening, slow coming into the milking parlour, and was completely dry yesterday evening, so no milk. Didn't eat any nuts, came out and lied down in that corner there, not in the cubicles up there. I came out halfway through milking just to check on her and she wouldn't get up from there. So I left her and I rang the vet, and by the time I was finished milking I came back out to her and she had laboured breathing and her head was turned back. The vet was out here fast then within 30 or 40 minutes and wasn't too sure what was going on with her. We were giving her a bottle of calcium just in case it was milk fever, but very unlikely in a cow that age anyway. And that came on so fast that she hadn't been staggery or anything like that before that. And as we were putting the calcium into her, she died. So she died while the vet was treating her. So her temperature was extremely low, wouldn't read on the digital thermometer. So he said that was less than 34 degrees. Blood pressure was very low, could hardly find a vein in her neck to put calcium into her. The needle had to be facing the ground to get any blood to drip out even. And she was pale, so her gums weren't a good colour and her eyelids weren't a good colour. So that would lead the vet to conclude that she had an internal bleed since she calved. Sudden onset like that, downhill that fast and died that fast. So then 3 days before that then we had a cow with a sexed semen heifer calf, and she passed the placenta before the calf and the calf came out dead. So there you go, there's the 3 for the week, the 3 disasters. The dead lorry was just here now, he's just left collecting the 3 of those animals, so he put down the cow that was hurt and he picked up the calf and the cow, the heifer that died yesterday. So look, there's plenty of bad weeks, plenty of bad days. It's a tough time of the year on farms and on farmers, and we're all busy and we're all tired. We have been going well. Yesterday was the first vet call out of the year, and we're 3/4 of the way through calving, or further 85% of the way through calving. So we were happy with that, but you'll never escape and things will go wrong. So if you're watching these videos, I'd hate for anyone to think, watch these videos, oh, everything is going right there. Things go wrong here more often than they go right. So I think it's important to show that stuff online. So look, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and if anyone out there has had a rough week as well, let me know in the comments, and keep the head up, and as Joe O'Neill says, you know, Neil's farm, drive it on. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button now. It really helps our channel to grow and will help with future videos if you enjoyed the content. What's going on this week? We're staring down the barrel of the last busy week of calving, I'd imagine. This day next week is Paddy's Day, so that would be to be expected. Our planned start of calving was the 5th of February, so 6 weeks then would be Paddy's Day. So the aim here is always to have as many cows calving in those 6 weeks as possible. So just having a quick look at the yard up the road here, we're probably looking at the guts of 25 cows to calve this week, and then it'll be very slow then after that, 7, 8 and 9 a week, until we're finished at the end of April. Severe bedhead going on here. It kind of took off yesterday. I got up last night at 2 a.m. to collect the calf, and I haven't been back to bed since. So, and they're calving away up there. So I don't mind. I'm very tired today now, but I don't mind when we're getting through the calves and the end is in sight, or the end of the craziness is in sight. What's the plan for this week? The plan for this week is to see, can we get cows out, get some grass into them. It's a whole dry week planned. Anyone who doesn't know, we're on very heavy soils here, and the place has been saturated. We haven't got even 30 seconds of grass into a cow here, or any animal, wheeling calves, anything, this year so far. So the plan would be to get some grass into cows this week, so we need to go around and find dry patches of dry paddocks, and get those to help and get cows out, hopefully tomorrow, and see can we get the pipe system here and get slurry out. All the tanks are full pretty much, and it's crazy. It's the 10th of March and we haven't got 10th of March and that we haven't got any slurry out yet either, we're talking about. So look, that'll be the agenda for this week. I can hope you can hear me with the wind, but we're finally back out in the fields. Feels like months, forever. It is months, of course. So just going around trying to find the driest patch of the driest fields. So we're in one of the driest fields here now, but it's certainly not dry. So very low cover of grass, which is fantastic and very unusual for us down here, because usually we have to close early, but we got to close late last year, so there's a lovely pick of grass on the whole place, but it's definitely not dry. It's dry in places, the field, but it's more wet. It's dry. So we'll check out the next two paddocks. That wind there today is doing an unreal job drying the ground. I think it's to stay for the week, that wind, which is fantastic, because I've said it in earlier videos, this ground has to dry up, not down. So we get no downward drainage here in this soil type, or very little. What you have to have is evaporation and transpiration. So transpiration comes when the plants start growing and using water up, and evaporation then is the soil, the wind blowing the water off the top layer of the soil and drawing the water up out of the ground. So I tell you what I'm noticing as well is the swards are very open this year after being grazed down so tight so late, and there's an awful lot of worm activity. All those holes and those little piles, that's worm poo. So they're just burrowing up and down and mixing the soil together and passing that through as dung, like worm dungs, creating more soil. So you want to see that, that's a good sign. But overall, the grass is quite poor across the block and very open and wet in most places. Corner of a paddock here, right beside us here, that is dry enough, or we'll carry him tomorrow. And like I said, that wind then, it'll be getting drier every day. So every day there should be a few extra places to be able to get him to. But we'll get him out tomorrow, we'll make a start. Well, this is the field here. We'll go from this post with a wire, straight down the back side of that water trough on an angle over to there. We'll let him in through a gate in the bottom and they'll come out through this gate here, so then they're not going in and out through the same gate twice either. Which will be another help. Lots of these temporary wires down along beside cow roads in places, and you might wonder why the hell wouldn't you put a permanent fence in it. We'd love to put a permanent fence in it, but they're so handy for the likes of this job. When you're trying to get out with a bit of slurry with a tanker when the ground is iffish, and there's no hope of you getting in and out through the same gate 15 times, so you can roll up a temporary fence and then just drive in with one load and out empty, down again, in and out, so it just saves traffic and gateways. That's why we've so many temporary wires here. I hate them, but they're a necessity. Here's our entrance for tomorrow. It'll come down the lane, you can see I stepped the wire in there. And this one is going across this lane here, so I'll walk in here out into our field, and then when it comes time to bring them in, be it lunchtime or maybe they'll get to the milking time, they'll go out through the gate at the top. I'll leave the fencer off, and I'll follow them out along, and I'll tie this wire back together behind them when they go into the field, and should be okay then. Show you how wet our soil type is when a field with that much of a slope on it is only just barely dry enough to get them out. So I'm not measuring, there is no spring rotation planner, there isn't a certain percentage of the farm graze per day. I haven't measured intakes. It's just to get grass into cows. We can't do a percentage so much per day because if it rained for even an hour we might get out for another few days, and I'm just going to bring you along with us. It's a different way of grazing and a different way of managing grass on a heavier farm, and I'll show you how we do it every step of the way this spring. But in case anyone is wondering, or if there's any comments, you know, what area you grazing per head per day, what are you allocating the whole lot? No idea for the minute. Just find a dry corner and get cows out on it, and it'll be the same on both farms for the minute. Now milking's finished, the sun is still out and the wind is still here, so we get these cows out. They're ready to go. There we go, first day of the year. Hey, go on, out you go. Where will they end up, I wonder? In the paddock, I hope. I'll have to go in now and get the stragglers that don't understand that they can go out. There's lots of heifers in this batch, so we'll see now if they actually make it to the right paddock. I'll run around, going around on the lane here in a minute, so hopefully now, fingers crossed, to go where they're supposed to be going. Oh, you'd miss this stuff. You'd miss being out here with cows. There they go. They're figuring it out. Let me know in the comments there, how long does everyone think they're going to get on the field, how many hours, and will there be any damage done? Just put that in the comments there now. I'm going to say, I'm going to check them at lunchtime. They'll definitely get till then on it. And no matter how dry it is here now, I'm going to say they might get to the milking time. Maybe I'm wrong. So that's it. Start made anyway. I'm grazing 2025. And they're out on the second farm as well, Paul has them out down there. He actually got them out yesterday for the whole day down there. So that's the start made. Oh, an empty shed, except a few dry cows. That's a beef cow that was supposed to go to the freezer, but she actually had a calf, so we won't talk about that. They're still calving away here. But to see that shed empty now is unreal. See, every year we'll have cows here. You're guaranteed to have for the spill rain just after they go out. There should be no rain today. And that shower there now is absolutely spilled. It'd drive you mad. If the ground was dry, I wouldn't care, but so touchy, so touch and go. You don't want cows standing in a ball now in the corner of the field. Anyway, hopefully it'll blow over soon. So I've just driven over the road here to check on the cows because you can't go near them in the field this time of the year because they'll all just come to the gate and start roaring. But there they are. I mean, there's not even a mark out there, and the sun is back out shining again, and there's lots of them lying down. Talk about happy. They're happy, I'm happy. Now, so next job on the list, this is the main cow road in and out. A lot of traffic on this over the winter with tractors driving in and out, getting bales and stuff. And then there's a build-up of silt beside it, so the water can't get off the road into that field. And then it's just generally mucky, as you'd see in the last clip there. So we're going to get the grading bucket and we're going to scrape it all off and fill up any of the holes then with stone there, and just probably put a skim of stone out over, just tidy it up. I can't go near that for the minute, that's a big hole there. Can't go near that for the minute, need the water to dry out of it. As soon as it dries out, I'll scoop it out with the digger and we'll put down some proper stone in that as well. So obviously this digger is nearly 40 years old now, so she's not new. There's plenty of play in it. Before anyone's in the comments and says you want to get yourself a better digger, we know what we have, and it's a piece of scrap. But there's not much power in it, so it won't dig holes in the lane. It's good for little small jobs like this. You wouldn't want 3 kilometers or all the way through now, but you'll do a little section like this, and it's tidier than the front loader because you're able to get down beside the hedge like that, or beside the fence wire like that. See? Much tidier. You won't be able to get that close to the loader, and then you'll dig holes and stuff with a loader too. So, but yes, there's an unbelievable amount of play in it, as you can see. And pins could fall out of the back actor or anything, but she's doing the job. That's going to let that water flow out underneath those trees, exactly the way we want it to do. The ultimate goal we have for this digger is to one day eventually be able to get the back actor completely re-pinned and re-bushed, the front loader the same, and get her fully resprayed, so pretty much restored. This digger will be here forever, is the hope, because when I come to selling it, you wouldn't be any better off. For what it's worth, you wouldn't be any better off for selling it. So we'd like to keep it. And then if you had the back actor re-pinned and re-bushed, you'd still have it for doing jobs like this. Even if we bought a loader instead, you'd have it for doing jobs like this. That's made a big difference to that lane out there now. Oh, we're all scraped off. We'll let it dry now today, and tomorrow then we'll start putting a bit of stone on it. There was a lot of water stuck here in a hole, and that's draining away now as well. So let's go out now and get these cows and see how they go on for the day. But anyone who said in the comments there, spring handle. Anyone that said in the comments there that they'd get out till milking time, correct. It's milking time now and they're still out. Alright girls, in you go. So they're all closed, they are. Off to work, girls. soft-ish places. But overall now, no damage, or not what I'd call damage anyway. And it's clipped off, not grazed out, but clipped off. And they're happier for being out. This evening now, we'll split it from this post here straight down. That'll be tomorrow's break. So first day of the grazing then was a success. That'll be it for today's video. Again, if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do that now. And like the video if you like the video at any point. I think I have everybody. And we'll talk to you next week.